I can
You
tell you
better
in 1
check
second. We're still
YouTube.
not showing up.
Not showing up. Oh no. I knew one of these times we were going to go downhill. It says
No,
upcoming.
it's okay. It happens. My last live was like, it took 5 minutes for YouTube to catch up. So I was just sitting there. Me and Vina were sitting there just like chatting with each other.
So it was awesome. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Thanks for showing up on a Tuesday. I'm glad everyone that's here remembered Tuesday. Cool gamer. Hey.
Cool gamer.
This week, I do not have a physical copy of the book. I did look it up eventually to see if they do have paperbacks, and they do. But we're reading Neanderthal by Avery Flynn. Shannon! Oh, Shannon, Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday, any of the ways that you remember Tuesday is going to be A-okay with me. I just feel really bad because I literally all day today, because I'm used to my days off being on Wednesday.
I know, my brain was like...
I'm thinking it's Wednesday, and I'm like mentally planning. I'm like, okay, I have so many days until the weekend, but that doesn't matter anymore because now I have Saturdays for a while. So my whole equilibrium is just off. I think I went somewhere and I'm like, isn't it senior day today? And my mom goes, that's on Wednesday. And no. So that's just me. I got this at like $5 at Michael's. I did break one of the letters already.
I have one too, and it's great. For when you're taking photos, it's fantastic.
Oh, I didn't even think about photos. Okay. My game just got
I've opened another obsession for you.
I mean, I honestly got into washi tape recently as well. I haven't used it yet, but in my mind, I'm thinking like forward on everything.
You know what I'm using it for?
Ooh,
you know, like the books you send me with little gift notes, to tape the gift note into the book.
That's so cute. I love it.
Like on the publisher page, so I don't like lose it or something.
Right. No, because you do. I'm going to steal that idea from you too. Now I'm going to go through all the ones I have, because it is something where you keep them in there and you're just like,
and then they fall out while you're doing
but
something and you're like, shit.
Like, which one did this come out of? Exactly. And that was, honestly, I was there for a completely different other reason. And when I saw this, because I don't have the physical copy, I'm like, this is going to be great, because I think the next few of them I do not have a physical copy for. Although I'm not sure how I'm going to put A Page Before Dying by Julie and Lindsey. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough letters, or if I need to buy more, or how that's happening.
Maybe the title of the anthology? Maybe.
But that's a bookworm of a suspect, so it's equally long.
True. Maybe Julie and Lindsey, for like just that, since we're covering that book.
I might just put her name on there. We'll get the important information across. Hey Liz, how's it going?
Hi Liz. Liz is a trooper. She shows up for all my lives. Even the last live I did was like literally like I gave them people like a 2-hour window. I was like, I'm going live just randomly because I haven't done a video. So she showed up. I'm like, yes, thank you, Liz. We're coming in clutch.
So true. I mean, it might be good enough. I might honestly even buy extras or go to the store and get another one, because they had another. I don't know. In my mind, I was thinking, oh no, I have a white bookshelf. Like the black lettering might not be enough. Maybe I should get the black one frame with the white background. And then the more I looked at it, and I was like, this one just looks really nice. So I hope everyone likes it. I hope I get to use it, or don't forget to use it, because I'm pretty sure I will. And now that I'm thinking that
I got you.
Maybe if I need another one, I'm honestly thinking about going back now. So that might happen. Yeah, I know that she posted a picture of the book, and I've been using that, or I guess you guys don't get to see all the things I've done on Canva, but I'm like, yeah, she's got a picture and everything. So we'll start sharing those here soon. Yeah, because the next book club is actually 2 weeks away, and that's throwing my mind off, because I'm like mentally planning for the double week after this, and then for the triple week in June.
And then how crazy June is. I'm like,
June is going to be a doozy. Yeah, for letters. And then I hope, can you guys read this? Because I feel like from what I can see, it just, I don't know. I mean, I guess it does. It serves its purpose. So you guys know. Everyone's saying hi. I think Nicole may show up later. I know that she read the book. She might show up in the comments. Hopefully,
and I know I know Aaron read the book as well, so I don't know if he's
Yeah.
gonna come or not, but
Oh yeah. Let us know.
thank you.
But
No rush. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much.
yeah. And then let's see. I know that's right. Thanks so much. This is why I love you guys for being here. Oh, and you know what? I gotta move this up because I keep forgetting to tell you guys about it. Oh my gosh. I mean, Jordan as the person, that's my last name. We're amazing. But the country itself is probably good. I won't even go down that slope. It's gonna be a rocky one. But so I'm gonna move up picking a book because I keep forgetting. And I am like super behind on them, but I need to keep opening them so that I can keep creating the pile. So here's what we're working with, friends. So when I tell you, because I had to move it off my bookshelf because I rearranged my shelves again.
Yeah.
So this is what we're up to. So when I say top or bottom, this is kind of where I'm referencing. So everyone get a good look. So there are 3 of us here so far. So Alicia, Liz, and Shannon, be all prepared. So Alicia, because I have you first, top or bottom. So top are going to be these paperbacks up here. Bottom is going to be just the hardcover paperbacks.
Bottom.
Okay, now this might be easier for you guys. I should have been doing this the whole time, but honestly, 24 books are super heavy.
Yeah.
Who was first in chat? Was it Liz or Shannon? Shannon. All right.
Shannon. Yeah.
Okay, so just so everyone's prepared.
But I don't know if Cool Gamer's still in the chat.
Cool Gamer, if you're still here, let me know. Otherwise, it's gonna be Liz and Shannon. So we have one. I guess I should look at this. So we have 5 books. So it would depending on the number that's chosen, I might not have a third question. But because Cool Gamer hasn't said anything, Shannon, you're going to be up next.
You're up.
Pick a number 1 through 5. 3. Okay,
3.
so we don't even need another person because 3. The next question I usually ask is top or bottom. So do I go from the top or do I go from the bottom? But 3 is right in the middle, so that took that problem out of it. So it's a paperback. Let's see if I can remember what it is.
Okay,
I have a feeling.
Am I the only one that likes paperbacks now? Like, I prefer paperbacks anymore.
I don't know. It depends.
Traveling with hardbacks is hell and a half.
Lately, I've been really digging the ebooks. So sometimes I go to the library and see if I can find an ebook or if I have an audiobook. I'm hoping, or at least think, this is going to be a Scottish mystery, but I could also be wrong in thinking it's a what's her name? Emily Henry, because I think I had another one. And I'm wrong on all fronts. I can already tell by this. Anyone have any guesses?
It's definitely a bookshop mystery.
It's not a mystery, but it has books. Oh, hold on. I guess I should be putting things. So everyone says 3. Okay, I love paperbacks. Paperbacks are, I've been getting really into them over hardcovers.
They're easier to hold.
Ebooks. They are dangerous. They are super dangerous. I like that my Kindle falls asleep if I fall asleep, so that's always good. That is hardcover, but I don't travel, so yeah, those ones you kind of have to.
Traveling with hardcover is just never easy.
True. Okay, so at least I got enough of this off that I'll show it to you guys now. So it's Ink and Bone by Rachel Kane.
I've never read that series.
See, I read it before, but it's been so long. Oh, Nicole! I didn't forget to add you this time. Ha! You just missed us picking my book, so it's going to be a reread.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think I actually have an audiobook of this too.
I think it was like last year or no, it had to be last year or 2 years ago. I wanted to do a reread of that series, so I read the first book again, and I just never continued.
And that's my thing. We did it for book club like 7 years ago, and never got back to it. So I'm like, I would love to try and get on it.
Hello.
And then Liz, yeah. It's
baby
sleeping. Good job, buddy. You stay asleep.
That's why I'm like, well, he's kind of fighting it, so.
Oh no.
He
Do we
was
need to come
asleep.
over and hang out?
He was asleep when I put him in there. Well, he was like lightly asleep. I just fed him. And then the AC went off. I think he
Oh
uses
gosh.
like the air conditioning as a noise machine. But hopefully he should put himself back to sleep. But then also my husband just got home, so he's notorious for just being loud when he walks in. So that's perfect.
That's a typical man thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
every guy I know is really loud.
Nicole,
So,
I
but
don't know if you've been... Oh, go ahead. Sorry, you go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say he's pretty good at putting himself back to sleep. But
He was. The one time I had to watch him while you took a shower, he was snoozing. So made my life real easy.
right.
You literally haven't missed a thing. We haven't talked about the book at all for 10 minutes. Woohoo!
That's okay, perfect. I love it. Yes.
We got a sign. I remember your Who Picked This. Oh, I should have bought one for Who Picked This Book Club next.
Next time.
Yep. And then we selected my next book.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And
what
you're
all
all
we've done
set up,
today.
pretty much.
Awesome.
So now we can talk about good things and bad things about this book, because honestly, this book was like a 5-star for me until about the last 25%, and then I'm like, what the hell happened, you guys? Where is everything going? Why are you being stupid? And then Alicia, you called it because you texted me and you're like, for people that are super smart, these guys are really dumb. And I was
that's exactly what I said in my review. I was like, these two are the dumbest smart people I've ever met in my entire life. She's like, oh, he can't love me. I was like, bitch, he literally said I love you the first time y'all banged it out. So I don't know.
Right. But I do understand the does he actually mean it, or is it just the after sex blah blah blah?
Yeah.
Do men get that? I don't know.
Honestly,
I know
he
women
was
do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I loved him for so much of it. His Lego room, I would date him alone for that. Like, let's have a Lego party. All right. I'm here for it. Let's put these things
There's nothing
together.
wrong with Legos.
Play them. I'm ready.
Yeah, not high emotional intelligence for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Nicole, did you listen to the audio?
I did.
Okay.
See, I think that also
South, okay?
Guys.
And people don't talk like that, and I live in the South, right? That was pissing me off. I was like, no, there's so many references to biscuits. Stop it. For the love of God, stop it.
With enough butter to make you go into like a cardiac arrest.
Alicia, when you said that, like, as soon as you said it, I'm like, okay, I have to read this physically because I will literally hate the audiobook, as well as the regular book if I do it that way. So I physically read it, but even still, like, I could hear the accent sometimes coming through way too much. It was so
thick on the audio. I was like, please stop.
Yeah.
I feel like she repeated things way too many times. I was like, you literally told me about this 2 pages ago. Where's your editor at? Like, I'm sorry, but also what's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
I like biscuits too.
I love
biscuits.
Now I'm hungry, and biscuits with honey on them sounds delightful. Or, Nicole,
biscuits and gravy just sounds good.
Red Lobster biscuits.
I love a good Red Lobster biscuit. Honestly, yeah, I worked there for a long time, and that's honestly what I had when I was like starving after a double shift. But you know, it's
the red. Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah,
I buy them in the freezer section.
Or you can just go to Red Lobster and get a dozen biscuits.
What?
Yeah,
this is brand new information to me.
You can just buy a dozen biscuits. Yeah,
I didn't know you could.
Yes, you can.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, he was so cute, especially in the beginning. He's like, I heard her voice, and I was planning how we were going to walk down the aisle or make room for her clothes in my closet. I was like, you were just adorable. I typically hate Insta love, but for some reason, like, I dug it this time. Maybe it was the nerdy aspect. I couldn't even begin to tell you, but I was a fan.
maybe, yeah. It's like he was just instantly in love. He was just like, I didn't even
love because he never really had a relationship prior.
Yeah, true.
Because that they brought that up a couple times in the book.
You just didn't date.
Yeah. I mean, it was just funny how he was just like, I didn't have to turn around. I was like, she was just schooling everybody, and I fell in love. I was like, that's amazing. He likes
and I love that he was in the middle of boxing, and that's what stopped.
Yeah,
like, and then he got knocked.
You're not paying attention while boxing, you're in trouble.
He got knocked out.
I love later in it when because I was going through some of my comments. So at one point later in the book, she's like, "Oh my God, you smiled." And he goes, "Yeah, I do that from time to time." And then she's like, "I've seen you grin, I've seen you smirk or like growl, and I've seen you get knocked on your ass." And he's like, "That happened once."
One time. It still happened. It still happened.
I love that his trainer's name was Eggsy, though. I wanted to make so many references to Kingsman, but I held back. Be proud of me, Nicole. I held back.
So
I thought about it like 5 times, but then I'm like, nobody's going to get this comment but me. Not that it's a bad thing that I couldn't have highlighted it, but still.
As soon as he said Eggsy, I was like, oh my God, Jen is losing her shit.
I was.
So
oh,
funny.
man.
So funny.
And I loved that the like fiance was fake. Because that like it wasn't they weren't like cheating or anything like that because the fiance didn't exist. I was
Right,
like, yes,
exactly.
thank you.
And honestly, she was like, everyone will think I'm just, I'm a little insane. And I was like, women won't, because women have to make up fake boyfriends all the time for men to leave them alone or to take them seriously. So I'm like,
I had a friend that was a bartender that wore a fake ring so guys wouldn't hit on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's plenty of women that I know who have done it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. She was like, I'm just gonna like everyone would think I'm crazy. I was like, not women.
No.
Not women. Women will completely understand.
In the 21st century, absolutely not.
Yeah, women will completely understand.
Oh, man. Her Mima was the best. Let me just tell you. Loved Mima to pieces. Especially when she was given the hard truths at the end. I was like highlighting all of her stuff. I'm like, you're telling her everything. You are not holding your punches. You're just nailing her left and right. I felt so bad for her.
Nuggets of gold there.
Grandmas are the best.
And then Morgan, she wheedled her way into a best sidekick category because she was full of everything. She was a good friend.
She was a good friend.
She was a friend that you want to have.
Yep.
For sure. I'm trying to find my notes on Goodreads because I made them public, but they're not popping up.
I did not make any notes, and I finished this book last week because I thought the live stream was last week, but it's fine.
It's okay. I did the same thing. I was like, I'm on the wrong day.
I'm on the wrong day. I just kept like I just remembered Jen. I was like, Jen says Tuesday. Jen says Tuesday. But I was like, it's like not this Tuesday.
So Nicole, we have 2 weeks before our next one. So not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. The second Tuesday from today.
Correct. Yes.
I think that makes worse sense than before, but if you understood it, I'm not gonna knock you. But that's the one. Oh wait, we have a comment first. Let's see. I had to read the first book, so I probably should have read the first one because I really don't remember much of it. For some reason, I can't remember if this is the one where I think Fiona's the fiance's name at this point. Yeah. Were they locked in the library room together trying to get out, and then she was like half stuck in the window?
And he got attacked by the peacock trying to get her out. The pet peacock.
No, if we're talking about a peacock, that's the ruthless rivals.
There was a peacock in here too.
What? I thought it was a goose. They kept talking about attacking.
I thought it was a peacock, but I could be wrong. It was a bird of some sort.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about, but I promise you I read the book.
Last year, before everything took over with the baby.
Yeah. Wait. It was last summer, I think. Like maybe early like this time last year.
It might have been this time last year. So you might have known, but we didn't know.
You might have
Aaron was still with us at that time. I remember he was on.
You might have known, but we didn't know. I remember it was Aaron's pick, yes.
Maurice. Liz looked it up. She's fact checking us.
Thank you.
Good job. Maurice. I forgot about Maurice.
I forgot about
Maurice and I want to say Joffrey, but it's Jeffrey from the Ruthless Rivals. I do remember the peacock from Ruthless Rivals. And then Buttercup the bear. This year, our reads have a lot of fun little pets. Like
little animal companions.
I love a good animal companion.
Yeah. We had Beefcake.
Oh yeah, Beefcake.
Hopefully we have
did not like anything.
Except for
that's a cat for you in definition. They usually don't like anything.
I can confirm to that. My parents are always telling me but the cats are like gone. They don't see them all day. They're so quiet. I walked in the door and it's like they swarm. It makes me feel loved. Also makes me feel like I can't go anywhere when they leave. So, but
No, you
I
can.
have to have a life too. So
You do. You do have to have a life.
Yeah. Anyone have more thoughts?
I'm
I was like, I feel like this book was really long and it didn't need to be. So I mentioned earlier that I feel like she repeated herself a lot.
Comedy.
Huh?
It didn't, like, I feel like for being a romantic comedy, it wasn't as funny as the first one.
No.
I mean, it was like, oh, okay, chuckle.
Yeah.
But not like laughing out loud funny.
Yeah. There were a couple moments where
I did want to like murder the dad though a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, stop it.
As soon as he walked in, I'm just like, Gavin and you are in cahoots, and I called it a million years ago. So, yeah.
Why not just call it a romance if it's not a comedy? I mean, it's still considered a romance, but it's just like romantic comedy is like a subgenre of romance, just like paranormal romance is a subgenre.
Right.
It's still a romance, but
And
the fact that it was like, oh, it's a rom-com, it really wasn't that funny.
I mean, because I thought it would be, because the first one totally was. Like, I was like, all right, my brain's ready for some giggles, and then you have like a really messed up parental relationship, and I'm like, I didn't sign up for this.
Right. I didn't sign up for this shit.
Wicked Game. How are you doing with the Wicked Game, Shannon? Are you going strong on that one? I liked it.
That was the only one without questionable sex scene where it could be.
I know, Nicole. I'm not sure if you were you on that live?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember.
You were in the comments though, I think.
Maybe. But yeah, we were talking about how there was no potential UTIs because there was no uncleanliness.
Oh, you mean like he wasn't elbow deep in oily water and then fingering her?
The second one was the worst. He had sex in a mud pit. I was like, no.
Yeah, and then the pile of dirt that they had to bang it out on.
He immediately starts having sex with her. I'm like, sir, you're all muddy and no.
Yeah, let's
I was like, she's definitely getting a UTI. Like, there's no question. There's no question about it. This poor woman.
Yeah.
Especially treating a UTI back then. No, thank you.
You have to just like,
what did you even do? Like,
wait it out.
That's wait it out. Question. Like, I really want to know. I do, but
that sounds horrible. Wait it out? Absolutely not. Let it just take me. Just let me die.
Like, well, this is how I go.
This was it. And honestly, like if I lived back then, the first time I got a UTI and it was after sex, I'm like, I'm never having sex again because I never want this again.
Would you correlate it though, or would you wait until the second time and then you're like, this is absolutely never happening again?
It's immediate.
Like a UTI hurts.
No. What I'm saying is like, would your mind automatically go, oh, I had sex, here's a UTI?
Yes,
because it's immediate. It's time? Like, it's literally like the first time you pee after sex. If you don't pee right after sex, it's the first time you pee like the next day. You're like, oh my God, this is like uncomfortable, burning sensation. So you're like, the only thing I did different was have sex.
Oh,
so.
Okay. I was just like, are people that smart back then? Because I feel like, but then again, we wouldn't be here.
Well, they used leeches back then to get rid of infections. So I don't know.
Oh, they might have had like a poultice. You know what I'm trying to say. Words are hard. I haven't eaten and I've started drinking, so.
I just had like the worst thought of them putting leeches on there. Just like, oh yeah, that's gotta work.
No.
Yeah, but they probably did. Let's just be real. That probably happened. Timer 12. I feel like that's just even more sanitary.
I'm crawling in my skin now.
Let's change the subject. I don't know what else to say.
I thought it was weird that
How did we get here? How did we get here?
It would be a normal conversation for us.
We're talking about a book that's not the book that we're supposed to be talking about. It is a book that we read though for book club, so I'm not giving us credit for that.
We're completely off track.
Oh, I remember the book. I know how we got here, but also how did we get here? Why do we talk about these things? I don't know.
Oh my god,
this is a strange place.
The one thing that kind of, and I don't know if it annoyed me, but I was like, kind of like they were too stupid to live. Like
they were.
I was like,
too stupid to
you're
love.
dating someone who works for the competition. It's gonna be bad, and you knew it going in. Like it's gonna be
messy.
bad.
It's like someone is gonna like make the rumor or the comment that is like, oh, you're sleeping with the enemy. It's like you know this, you know it. Like,
and I feel like at that point they would have had her sign like some sort of. I mean, realistically, in real life, they would have had her sign an NDA, being like, "Listen, you can't discuss this with literally anybody."
Yeah. Oh,
understood.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Won't
they would
do
be
it
signing
at all.
an NDA for sure.
Yeah. It was just like, it's just like, oh my god, our relationship might end her career. No shit. Like,
did you not realize this? Like, how do you have a PhD? I don't understand.
PhD at like 15 too.
And how are you a gajillionaire is what I want to know. And then he quits and makes barbecue sauce, which I thought.
I mean, do what makes you happy. Once you're rich, you don't have to have a regular 9-to-5 job. You could do whatever you want.
Exactly. You're the top 1%.
Here's what I'm reading now, guys. Here's my cats. Look at them sleep. Aren't they cute?
Exactly.
That is what my lives would be if I ever made bank. So everyone prepare yourselves.
Everyone just prepare when I win the lottery. I'm just going to be...
I'm leaving the country. I'm out.
I would too. I'd be like,
I'm out. I'm going to live on a lake somewhere in the middle of nowhere where there's good Wi-Fi. Like, that's... like, I'm probably going to move to Italy or Ireland or something. I'm out.
I would live in the Highlands. Find a man with a kilt and then just admire those kneecaps.
Yes. I would love that.
That is one thing that I did like about this, where she was like, thank goodness he's wearing a suit, because if they were showing his forearms, I'm like, those manly forearms, man.
I don't know what it is about forearms.
Cover those weapons of destruction.
What is it?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, and I don't mean that in like a mean way, but what is it that makes that so attractive to everybody?
I don't.
What is it about that stupid the stupid
V?
The V.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what those are called, but they make women stupid. Like, it's science. It's statistically proven.
Yeah, 100%.
It's 100%. The V into the pants. Like, what?
Swoon-worthy. Hello.
Why do those things exist if not to make women stupid?
Accurate.
Especially if men are tatted in the like the forearms.
My husband's not tatted, but
done.
It's biological if someone's healthy enough. Yes.
The V.
You instantly.
You don't even have to. You could just make this motion and be like, this thing, and people will be like, 100%. Every woman in the world knows. God. Every woman in the world.
Every woman.
Put these up here so the cats don't eat them.
I was just annoyed by like them constantly being like, she doesn't like me. This is all physical, and then you would hear in her head, she doesn't. I'm like,
I know. That's what I'm like.
Friends.
I'm just like, y'all. Like he did communicate. He literally said, "I love you."
Yeah,
the first time
he made it as plain as day.
As plain as it, like, literally could not be any plainer. And she's like, "Oh, he doesn't feel that way about me." I was like, "You are so dumb. You're so like you were, like I said, the dumbest smart person ever." It's fine.
So what did you rate it, Nicole? I'm curious, because I know, Alicia, and you're coming next, because I remember you saying you were between a 3.5 and 4, so I'm just curious.
3.5.
3.5. Alicia?
On Storygraph, I did a 3.5. On Goodreads, I did a 4.
I think on Goodreads I even did a 3-star. Like I rounded down.
Yeah, you did. I was like, she really got pissed because she was down.
It's like I rounded down.
I think though what killed you guys was probably the audiobook because I rounded up. I gave it a 4.
Okay.
I definitely don't think it was a 5. But
the male narrator, oh my god. Like the male narrator doing her voice, I was like, please stop.
Yeah, he didn't do a very good job. No.
Like the female narrator I could handle because she did the southern lilt, but it wasn't so in your face. Because the scene that pushed me over was the scene when he says I'm making dinner and she gets upset that it's a box, what is it, cornbread?
Cornbread, yeah.
And then it was like 10 southern isms in like the same sentence, and it was from the guy's POV, so it was the guy's voice in my ears. I was like, please stop.
I know.
Yes, I think that's probably why I rated it a little bit higher. Everyone in the comments, you let us know what you rated it or what you felt like you rated it. Shannon, what do you think that you would have rated it had you read it? I'm so appreciative that you're here, but I'm kind of curious. Now I want to get that kind of opinion, like from someone that's hearing it, like, what's your vibe on it? Would you read it?
That's why I said something to you about it, because I knew you were physically reading it, and I was like, am I hearing this, or is this just all me?
Yeah. I don't know. This one, it didn't bother me.
It was an easy read.
Yeah. Oh, very easy.
It felt so long.
It did. It felt really long.
It have to be that long. I feel like it could have been like 100 pages seems an extreme, but like at least 50 pages could have been.
At least.
So
Ixnay.
Feels like 3. All right. Would you read it though? Now I'm curious.
I want more hockey in it. The first one had a bunch of hockey, and then this one didn't, and it made me sad.
I haven't read Daisy Jones and the Six.
But a 5-star Hangover, those are hard. You can't really. This would have, if I had come from a 5-star rating before this.
I mean, I do kind of want to read it just so I can watch the show because Sam Kaplan. But also, I read Evelyn Hugo, and this might get me kicked off the internet, but everyone loved
I didn't like
Husbands
it.
of Evelyn Hugo. And I was just like, Evelyn is just dumb. Like, why are we rooting for her?
The only reason I want to read it is my dad's wife read it, and she told me it's like, listen to the audio because it's like watching an old school episode of like Behind the Music from the 90s.
Oh, cool.
Like, it's very like.
Listen to the audiobook, but I was just like, the one thing I read by her
was
everybody was like, oh my god, it's so good. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. The cover is really pretty, and I was just like, did I read the same book that y'all did? Because
that's why sometimes I don't read popular books as quickly as everyone else, because it's like there's hype. I want to wait and wait it out.
That's why I haven't read it yet. I just bought it for a plane read because I just need something simple to read on a plane.
So I mean, I'll probably read Daisy Jones and the Six and then watch the show, or maybe I'll just watch the show.
Yeah, Sam Kaplan.
Give it a shot. Oh, okay. The audiobook. Are you talking about The Historian or Daisy Jones and the Six? I'm curious.
Probably Daisy Jones and the Six because it's supposed to be. I've heard the audiobook.
They have music in it too. Like it's all music.
Because it's like it's their band and it's their music. Yeah.
Okay.
And it seems like I'm an old music person, so like it seems like from the vibe, it kind of comes off as like a Fleetwood Mac type of band.
Oh yeah.
Historian needs no. Gonna have to look that up now.
Okay. I need an audiobook.
It's too long to not have an audiobook, The Historian.
I'm like, I need an audiobook because if it's not an audiobook, I'm not reading it.
True. I started listening to the second Ice Planet Barbarian. That's the only way I'm going to say it. So I listened to Ice Planet Alien. So when you guys were talking about a guy doing a girl's voice, there was at one point where there was the male narrator, and I think it was during a steamier moment. And the voice, I was just like, oh, that just took me out of literally everything.
Oh no! But I really love those two that narrate.
Who is the narrators for that?
It is Mason Lloyd and oh my god, what's her name?
I have my phone right here. Let me just go
ahead
and look it up rather than let you guys just flounder over here.
She's like, yeah, who is that? Who is that?
Come on, load up.
I know it's Mason Lloyd, Holly Jackson.
I like Mason Lloyd.
Let's see.
Holly Jackson and Mason Lloyd.
You are correct. And Ruby Dixon.
He's no.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily feel like I want to keep these books though. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, I might just keep going on Hoopla, but I don't think I'll keep buying all the copies from Barnes and Nobles. You know what I mean?
They're just so pretty.
For which ones?
The Ice Planet Barbarians.
Yeah,
I do
the new
the
Ice
new
Planet
covers.
Yeah,
yeah.
I really like them. I really enjoy them.
Honestly, Nicole's gonna find a way to remove me from the live stream. Hopefully, I can find my way back. I honestly want to just get rid of all of my Banks KGI books and just be like, here you go.
Oh my god!
I'll continue to read it on Hoopla, but I don't think I want to keep the physical copies because there's 12 books.
I read those so long ago, but I remember just loving it. And I just like Maya Banks just in general. She was one of my like OG, got me into romance.
I loved her In Bed with the Highlander series, so I was like going into it that way. But this one
I read her suspense first, just because I was like looking for more things like Sandra Brown. Because I have a love affair with Sandra Brown, and so I just wanted more. I know
you've got me addicted to her.
And now I wanted more. I just wanted more like that, so I just started looking up, more things like Sandra Brown, and Maya Banks came up. I mean, she's a little bit more steamier than Sandra Brown, but I think Cassandra, yes, they are romance, but they're more
the steamier ones when like the 50 Shades of Grey craze was happening. Because I remember her name constantly coming up in those lists if you like 50 Shades of Grey read.
Yeah, because she has like a Breathless trilogy that's kind of like.
And I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally.
I'm not against reading anything else by her, but that one was the only one I read by her, and I didn't like it.
If you're gonna read something else by her, I mean, Nicole, correct me if I'm wrong, but In Bed with the Highlander, I remember really liking that one.
It was her historical stuff is great too. Yeah.
I didn't know she did historical.
I mean, I'll definitely continue the series. It was just one of those things where I was just like,
have you just read the first one or
just the first one? I haven't gotten rid of them yet. They've been removed off of my bookshelf and they're hiding under my computer desk because depending on how the second one goes, it could be really hit or miss with that one.
I just remember them getting better as the series went on. But yeah.
That's fair. Like, there's so many book ones of like longer series that I didn't like, but like I kept on going. But it was like before I got involved in YouTube and stuff. So
you're reading 19 books a month? I barely read 19 books this year. Keep going. Sorry.
Me loving Sandra Brown, I can't admit Blind Tiger is not her best.
I didn't like it. I DNF'd it.
You did.
I got Blind Tiger from the publisher.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, I will literally buy anything she writes, but Blind Tiger is not her best. I'm just gonna put that out there. You might like it because of the whole like prohibition, like because you're like history, but yeah.
Okay. Because the cover gives me very like Chicago 1920s vibes.
Yes,
I loved the cover, and I think we decided to try and buddy read that one with someone else, but I couldn't get into it. I didn't love any of the characters. I really wasn't rooting for anyone at any point. And then I think, Nicole, you had warned me, spoiler alert for anyone that doesn't want to do it and maybe not heard me earlier, but there's a rapey scene in it, and I was just like, no. That's a hard, like, I was already on the fence. And
yeah, you didn't like it already.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
So you're
I'm not going to continue. I don't want to get to that point.
Right.
I'm already not happy. We're just going to let you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I got to tell you guys, I DNF'd an ebook that I bought.
Which one?
Mid-sex scene. I was so upset with it. I was like, this is so dumb. Like, I hated it so much. There was nothing attractive about it. I was like,
That's how I felt about the book that we did on Aaron's Live. It was awful. That we had last night. It was 1-starred it. I don't 1-star shit. It was so bad.
What was it again, Alicia? I remember you guys talking about it in Voxer.
Truth or Kill, and it was so bad.
Who's the author? Was it like an initial author?
It was an A.C. Kemmer.
But
it's a pseudonym for Alexi C. Fox, which surprised me because I like her other stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, Everyone seemed to really like this analogy. I was like, yeah, this book is like a training bra if you wanted a dark romance. Like there was nothing there. It was just
That's
so
funny.
bad. Nothing was there. The sex scenes.
Oh yeah, in mid-sex scene, what made you put the book DNF'd?
Okay, so premise of the book.
I
Girl's
love
a
the face
virgin,
already.
and there's 20 guys that are like billionaires that are trying to find her
20?
in New York. Yeah, it's called The Chase. So basically, what they do is they pick one woman that you have to they have to chase her around the city. They don't know who she is. They got to pick her out. They have to hand her a key. If they've selected the right person, she has to go up into this room, banging out with them. If she makes it so long, she goes to the highest bidder. For some reason, I was like, I'm gonna be so into this. Okay, here we go. Wait, it keeps going. So then
There's more?
Oh yeah, this is just the premise. So the book starts, he's bored with his life, so he gives $20 million to participate in this. She only gets $250,000 a day that she doesn't get
The
kidnapped.
hell?
I was like, okay, one guy puts in 20 million. There's 20 of them, which means that's 400 million. Did I do my math right? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds right.
Like, yeah.
Like why isn't she getting more?
Why isn't she getting more?
Yeah, she's trying to. Okay, back up. She's like FBI, KGI. She's got like this great background, so she knows how to evade people. So that's her thing. Like you could do that.
I like that.
Yeah. So all these people decide to like try to find her. They give some of the places she visits often. She can't like obviously hide out. She has to be out and in public. So one of the guys who's like stupid rich is the guy that she stood up from prom, but they like loved each other. So then they meet each other and they're starting dating. I'm like, this is actually super cute. And then they just started hooking up, and it was just like
was the sex scene written badly?
It just was so poor. Like at that point, he was an ass. She was dumb. And I was like, I just don't understand. Like, you guys should have been. He thought like it would be so grand and romantic. Like the fact that he gave her the key and she wasn't upset. She was just like, oh, good. Let's do this. I was like, okay, I understand you have feelings for him, but how about we visit the fact that he is a part of this? Like, you have to. And then I started to try and skip through because it seemed like that the people behind it were going to assume that they were working together somehow. And it didn't seem like it was going anywhere. I originally thought like 200 pages, but the ebook ended up being like 1,300 because there was 5 books included. And I was like, I don't know when this is going to end. And I got to a point where I was just like mad. I didn't want to pick up the book anymore. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and delete you out of my library forever because I don't need to know how this ends. That was how
girl. Do it.
I was so happy when it was a KU
I was
purchase.
like, sure, they're fine.
It was a KU purchase. I was like, go back.
It was like 99 cents. It wasn't one of those like really stupid expensive ones, but
good because
I was just like, I had this in my library for 7 years, so I'm like, oh, read this.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I know. I have so many books on my
I have
Kindle
so
and
many
just
that I probably haven't even touched.
Yep.
I've been trying to physically read what I own, whether it be an audiobook, ebook, or a physical book. So far out of the year, I've read 7 of each, whether it be a physical, listen to an audiobook, do an ebook. So my goal is 25 of each. And if some books are like super long, like the Blood and Ash series, if I can read at least 30% of the book, I give myself credit for both the physical book and the audiobook. So of the 25 books I've read, 19 of them have been ones that I've owned, which makes me feel really happy.
Yeah. Good.
Whether that be,
I'm trying to do the same thing,
one way or the other.
Or get the audiobook through the library or something and kill 2 birds around.
Exactly. I just need to figure out if I like it enough to keep it on my shelf or if it needs to go. And if I delete an ebook that I paid for, like, it's not really taking up physical space, but it was taking up mental space. And I'm like, I just don't want to see you anymore.
I deleted that book that we were talking, that handstand sex book.
Oh yeah. Was it that bad?
I read it. I was like, I'm not gonna read it again.
Devastation.
I have the visual image in my head from that picture that was shared on Twitter. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah. I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I can't keep going. Like I was at 10% and I didn't want to listen. I didn't want to even figure out if I wanted to read any of their books.
I don't understand why romances are so long now. Like
Why?
the one that we read for Erin's, it was 400 pages. I'm like, but why?
What is the reason?
Like,
What is
there was
the
no need.
reason? I hate that. Unless it's epic fantasy, like a fantasy romance. No, it doesn't need to be over 300 pages. It really doesn't.
Am
That
I
was my
catching up
issue
to
with
Liz? I'm like,
the Blood and Ash
behind.
series. I was like,
Even that series, even though I do love it, it's so long. I'm like, why do
like
you
the
have to
first
be
one.
this long?
Which
I
one?
like
What are we talking about? Which one?
Blood and
Ash.
Ash.
Oh yeah.
series.
So for those ones, I'll say that when I sit and physically read them, I'm good until about 60% of the way through, and it's at that point where I'm like, okay,
We need to continue
let's
on.
wrap
We
this
need to
up.
wrap it up. Yes.
But oh my god,
But I'm
line
good.
out was constantly repeated. I was like, please stop. That was the only thing. I was like, stop it with that one sentence.
Shane, you got it right. 300 pages or less is perfect. It's just,
Perfect.
and that's what I was kind of hoping for. Although I will say with next week's, not next week, but the next book
The next
club
one.
book,
Right.
the anthology. I've actually been reading them, and then I'll highlight the title and give a comment about what I thought about that book.
Yeah.
And I like it because they're usually about 30 to 50 pages each.
Nice.
Granted, the whole ebook is like 1,300 pages because there's
But
like
there's
30.
a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
There's
in
a
there.
bunch in there.
Yeah.
But I do like that they're kind of like short, they're condensed, they wrap it up. You kind of get a feel for their style. But I learned from one of the authors, I wasn't jiving it by the end of the first chapter, and I should have just said DNF because it didn't get any better. I didn't get anything out of it. I feel like it was not great, and I wasted my time. So I'm gonna get better about that. I'm gonna be better and honest with myself. If I'm doing that anthology, if you can't interest me after one chapter, move on to the next one.
Yep.
DNF.
I like anthologies for testing out new authors, though. You get a short story that
a little bit of
to taste test them and see if they work for you.
And if you didn't like it, you didn't waste a whole bunch of time.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like between most anthologies are between like 30 and 80 pages for the story, so depending on what.
I don't know if I'll be able to read it all by the time of the next one. I'll definitely read Julie's, but I'm going to try and get as far as I can because I was just like, reading one of those anthological words are hard. As long as I read one author's short story a day, I should be able to get pretty close.
Yeah.
But they're nice little things to read, and it's keeping me up with hitting my Kindle every day because I think I hit like 120 days finally. So that's like 4 months where I've read something on my Kindle every day.
I know. My streak was so high before I went into the hospital to have Hunter. So high. And then ruined it. Just kidding. But I am gonna go because my boobs are starting to hurt because I have to pump. But so lovely to see all of you.
It's so good seeing you.
And have a great rest of the live. Love you guys.
Yay.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna talk. Is there anything else that you want to say about this book? Anything burning news stories? I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm like,
the food analogies for sex was just weird for me.
Was it? I don't know. I really liked that he didn't talk much, and then all of a sudden, when it came to
I like that she talked
I was
too
like,
much.
"Oh, you're a talker now." Okay,
she talked
like
too
this.
Much. Okay, I really want to know how you felt about this one scene, and then we can go.
Go for it. What's up? Tell me the scene.
Okay, because it bugged me. the pleasuring scene in the Lego room. I was like,
loved it.
No.
I kind of loved it.
I love parts of it, but it was just like.
Honestly, let's go to this Lego room. So that it didn't bother me. I was just like, yeah, okay, he'll have good memories in this room now. When his dad showed up to that Lego room, literally my first thought was he's gonna throw something at him and destroy his Legos. I was very concerned in that moment for the Legos. I didn't care what was happening with the dad or with Griff emotionally. I just wanted the Legos to be okay. I made multiple comments where I was just like, if I could hide you and protect you all, I would. And then he left the room, and I'm like, oh my God, is he gonna just like hear things shattering. Like my whole world is in that room right now with him.
I just didn't like, and it was just like, I don't know. Not that I had issues with my parents, but it was hard to read because I know people that do.
Yeah.
Like those kind of issues. I'm like, I understand why they're there because they're realistic, but it was just like hard to read at points.
Yeah. It was a tougher.
And it's not because it's badly written or anything. It was just
No.
hitting close to home with some things.
Oh, 100% agree. Yeah. So what was your issue with the Lego room scene? Now I'm curious.
I don't know. It was just like.
Was it the audiobook? I'm gonna blame the audiobook.
I think it was because I was like listening to this dude like say the like southern accent, you know? and then Griff is like saying what she's thinking, and she's down there doing her thing, and I'm just like, no, stop.
That's the hard thing when you're reading romance, is to hear it. If they don't do it right, it's very cringeworthy.
It was. I think that's, and I'm not holding it against the book. I think it was just the audio for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
but they
exactly.
have the same audiobook narrators that did the first one, and I loved the first one. I don't know.
I wonder if they do the third one too. I mean, we'll find out in July. Sorry that I have to make you guys all wait, but I believe we have it slotted for the end of July. Mid-July, we're doing Christmas in July. A merry romance. Oh, yeah. I can show you guys. I know that we don't have. I'll show it to you guys the next time when we have the actual bromance, because I did get some. Oh, I gotta go to the mailbox. Anyways, I bought some UK editions of the series. The first few, basically the only thing different is just the font.
I was going to ask because they didn't look different.
They do. And then, okay, I'll just show you anyways. Let me grab 3 of them.
We're already here.
Sorry. Oh, let's move these pillows out from behind me so I can get up and down.
You okay?
Yep. It's these 4 that I want. Don't fall. Okay, so this is spoiler alert for June, because we are not actually doing a bromance book club this month. We chose some lighter reads.
Oh, did you get the UK copy of what I think you got the copy of? Legends and Lattes?
No, but I have the special edition of Fairy Loot coming for that. Okay. But these are the 2 for Isn't It Bromantic, so the next one in the series. But very different. They got similar up here's the books. They're kind of the same. But here's the one I was looking at this and I'm like, are these different at all? They are. It's the font and then she's missing. But very similar. So this is this one's the UK one. This one's the American one.
It has
so
both of them in the US one.
But she's not here. The font's a little different. Weird. The book is the same. Most romantic.
And is there more, since you read further in the series, is there more of the excerpts of the books in the future books?
You know, that's a good question. I honestly don't remember.
That's okay. I thought I would just ask since we were talking about it.
I feel like in this next one there are maybe not.
I'm excited because it's hockey. Give me the Russian. I want the Russian.
Honestly, I really want to read a hockey book next.
I do too.
They were very similar. Yeah, Shannon. I want to read Megan Quinn. I do got like a whole. Here, I can show you guys. Go higher on my bookshelves. They're over here.
I still haven't read a Megan Quinn.
We gotta do one. Oh, Liz is into hockey books. Okay, so I know that we started talking a little bit actually about August books, but if everybody is into this, maybe we will do some.
And I do have the first book in the Anatomy series. I did find.
Oh, okay, that's easy enough for me to get. So
I did find it for like $5 in the bargain section of my bookstore.
Ooh, I'll have to look and find it.
It's only the first one. I only found the first one, but
yeah, this actually. I'll push this back up. If we're into hockey books, Kiss and Tell, I hear is supposed to be. It is a hockey book, from what I know. So we'll have to. We haven't really talked about August yet. Technically, the first book in August fall on my birthday. And as for my t-shirt, I've gone to a Taylor Swift concert, but my sister made the mistake of telling me that the second half of her tour might be a little bit different than the first half. And now I'm like, if I can find tickets or win tickets,
don't get COVID again.
I will. No. We're gonna go to Outdoor Stadium, and we're gonna try not to. Well, okay, let's be realistic. My sister was the one that gave it to me the first time, so
I know, but
she may or may not be coming with me. It's hard to say because I'm willing to spend more than she is.
That's what I wanted to ask you, because I know one was falling on your birthday, if we were still going to do it or not. Because
I was going to ask everyone, I was like, do I want to show up on my birthday? Am I doing anything with my family? I never know.
It's up to you, honestly.
Do you guys do stuff on your birthdays? I just, it falls in the middle of the week. It is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about the Serena Bowen hockey books. Why does that name sound so familiar? Normally when you guys are spouting off names, I'm like, I got no idea who this person is.
It does sound familiar. Hold on.
I know. I'm like, I gotta look this up because I feel like I either have the book or Bowen. I can like imagine it too in a weird way. Oh, the hymn series. I would be into it. I have good things. That's probably why I understood that reference.
I like the Pucked series. Like the series is Pucked Off.
Winter in August. That would be nice because in Arizona it will be the center of the sun.
It'll be like the center of hell here in August. So yeah.
Also, but I've already read this first book. I was gonna say we could do Ellie Kennedy, I think is her name.
Elle Kennedy?
Elle Kennedy, thanks. Yeah, the first one though, just forewarning because there was nothing anywhere.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're gonna say. Yeah.
Bruisers. I will say, so as much as I don't like the rapiness, I feel like it was handled very well. Still didn't like it, but we didn't have to relive it 45 million times in depth. Like it was referenced, it was a part of her like PTSD emotional history. Yeah. But I feel like they handled it very well. So it was one of those cases where I was just like, but okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of like what else that I want to read. I'm just trying to do like kind of like what you're doing, the read what I own.
Honestly, wrap them up and take a page not out of my book and wrap up your standalones, because if you start wrapping up series, then you're gonna open one and be like, well, dang, now I've got to read 12 of these, and
that's why I brought up like the Namesake series that you got me for my birthday. Maybe we could do that because it's only 4 with 2 prequels. The Namesake and
yeah, there's 4 in total for that one.
Yeah,
we'll have to look into it for sure. Yeah, I feel like it is used a lot. This one was very mild for how it could have gone. And I feel like it was, they used it.
I just don't like it when it's written like that's the only characteristic of the female character.
Correct. Yes. And I don't feel like that was it. Yeah. And I think that might be why I didn't have as much of a problem with it. But no, Shannon, the answer to that is it's not dangerous. I mean, it is dangerous, but it's also not. So it could happen. But the alcohol's starting to hit Jen. So
I can see it in your face.
Show this because I'm like, I probably need some food. Next live stream is going to be May 23rd. We're going to be doing so the book anthology is called A Bookworm of a Suspect, the only book that we're going to be discussing. I mean, if you want to read others, I'm going to attempt to have read a few of them.
Me too. I'm not going to get to all of them by the next show.
Yeah, there's no way that we can do that. So we might reference 1 or 2 of them, but the only one that you need to be concerned about is A Page Before Dying by Julianne Lindsey, the Cozy Queen herself. I think this takes part of the world of Bonnie and Clyde.
The bookstore.
Don't hold me to it. But if y'all want to take a screenshot so you remember on Tuesday. Oh, too fun. Yes, that will be our next one. And then just as a forewarning, I know that I've said this a ton of times, but we are going to go back to back. So we have this very short story, and then the following week we will also have another live stream. So I'll make that very clear in 2 weeks. But Love Flushed by Evie Mitchell will be the one following that. So if you want to kind of start planning ahead or reading
And
ahead.
I'll be in a different place, so you're gonna just see a headboard because I'll be in a hotel room. So like, everything's okay. I'm just gonna be out of town for a wedding.
Yeah. Well, I think we managed to work where it was only one that you had to be somewhere else where it was questionable. So fingers crossed.
I'm fingers crossing it that the Wi-Fi decides to work.
Oh yeah, of course.
But if not, I can do my phone if necessary.
Uh-oh, my cat's getting ready to come and scream at me. So if you guys hear her, I'm super sorry. Yeah, Tuesday. Thanks everybody for joining. Oh, hold on. Shannon,
and I do want to mention something before we head off. I'm gonna do deep dives into Jane Austen on my channel.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to coerce Jen into coming with me. The first one is going to be Northanger Abbey at the end of June, because May is insane. I literally, after next week, I'm traveling for 3 weeks. So May's a little nuts for me.
Hey, we'll make it happen though. And I'm sure we'll promote it too on here later as well. Yeah. We'll get some thumbnails going. Just send me the info.
I will. I got you. I'm just waiting on a date, because I have a couple people that wanted to join as well, so I'm just waiting to hear what date works for everybody.
Yeah, keep us posted. And yeah, very big and exciting news. Yeah, I'm so excited to see your channel take off, Alicia.
I'm so excited.
Keep us posted on everything, and I'll try and create little thumbnails so that we can or banner so we can talk about it and let everyone know here. Thank you everyone for joining the live show. Thank you co-hosts, and I guess Nicole host.
Nicole, even though I miss her so much. And
I know, it's so good when she can join.
She does cameos now.
Yeah, super excited. When is she going to be on? We should have a bingo card too. That'll be super fun. Does she show Leo? Is he with us? Is he not in person? We'll have to work that out. But yes, thank you everyone for commenting in the comments, for watching on the replay. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget in 2 weeks on Tuesday to come back to us. It's been a pleasure. You guys have a great 2 weeks and happy reading. Bye.
Bye.